Okay, welcome to Keeping Up with College, Anna and Steve. It is really nice to officially meet you. Um, this is like a podcast that we talk about college in the States and what it's like. And so let's just start off with who you both are, who your child is, and what school that they're at.
Okay, I'm Anna. This is Steve. We have Matteo, who's just finished his third year of college in the States, heading into his fourth in the fall. He is currently at Eastern Illinois University and loving life, doing summer school at the moment to make up for one of the subjects that he needs to continue with his nursing.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Actually, last time I spoke to Matteo, I don't know if you've seen the interview that I did with him.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
he was talking about doing he was currently at that time doing general studies and his
Yes,
passion was to go into nursing and
yes,
he's obviously gone into that, which is really awesome.
yes, he has. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
loves
really
it.
cool.
Absolutely loves it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah.
So let's just dial it back all the way. When Matteo first said that he wanted to go off to the United States to study and play soccer, what was like your first reaction to that?
Well, he'd kind of spoken about it in high school a little bit, probably brought it up in about grade 8 or 9, and
Yeah.
was kind of keen for us to look into it.
Hmm.
His sister had already met Matt, so we had already had discussions with him. And on the day that she was flying out to join Defence, um, at the beginning of 2020, as we were leaving the airport, he decided to tell us that he thought he might do what his sister had done. I think he thought they're already crying, they can't get more upset. I'll just kick them while they're down.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, did you have any like concerns about like him going or both your kids heading off to the
I,
US?
I think that we'd already had discussions with Rafi. I don't think that we were really concerned. I had had time in the States myself and absolutely loved it, and I'd already, always talked about how much I'd loved it. Perhaps I should have dialed that back a little bit and not made it sound so appealing. So I guess we always wanted our kids to do what they wanted to do. And hey, if you're not going to do it when you're younger, like you may as well just grab it and go. You don't want to live life with any regrets and say, gee, I wish I had.
Yeah.
So we were more than happy for them to do that. If that's what they wanted to do, you can only play sport for such a short period of time. And, if you're going to do it, then do it, and
And,
enjoy it.
and I think in the initial discussions, Matt was very clear on how it all works. And he used examples of other students. So that gave us a really good insight as to what to expect, as to the challenges for the students and also costs as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Anna, you sound exactly like what my mum told me. She spent her uh, senior year of high school in the United States, in Illinois, actually, and she said that it was one of the best years of her life. And so when I suggested the idea of college in America, she said, why not? You know, you're young, travel, experience, go do it. If that's what you want to do, play soccer, get a free education or get scholarship education through it. And yeah, like why not? So well said. And yeah, Matt, he's very precise and clear about the processes and how it all works. So I think he's like the perfect guy. And obviously him coming from Texas and being a college coach as well, an ex-college coach, he knows how it all works, how to recruit international students specifically. And that's like a big part of his job, and that's really good to hear. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
And I think clarity around the visa process and clarity around insurance were two big important things. So that was
Yeah,
helpful.
it's an unknown area for or any international coming over to the States, and obviously it's a big thing. So, you know, it's hard to do it on your own. So you need that sort of outside source to be able to help you. And I think any recruitment agency, Matt, us at GR Futures, like we are the people to sort of help guide you and, calm things down a bit for you guys. So that's really important. Yeah. Um, okay, so Matteo went to Parkland College in Champaign, Illinois.
Yes,
Describe
yes.
describe like the moment when he like first got that offer, when he said yes to it, and then when he was basically off in the plane. Like, how did that make you guys feel?
I think we were really delighted with Parkland. It was a 2-year college. We're really, really pleased that he had the junior college experience. We could not fault Parkland. We spoke with his coach pretty early on, like it was the November before he was going to be starting the following August, and um, the coach was just so lovely. We just knew that he was going to be like a dad to all, particularly the international students, but to all the boys in the team. We're really, really pleased. When he did leave in the plane, that was just, I don't even know that I can put that into words. That was a horrendous upheaval. And the fact that you can't actually see the plane take off in Sydney is really, really tricky. We did have a couple of days in Sydney with Matt before he left. And of course, you then go into international departures and you can't see the plane leave. That might have made it a little bit easier. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it was really hard. And I think, those first few weeks where he's settling into, a new apartment and a new country, I think were really, really tricky for him. But I mean, we just said to call whenever he needed to call, and we would just, chat. And I think would have a few tears when he had finished his chat and he had hung up. But
Yeah.
yeah, it worked really, really well. It was much, much better when the team started arriving. He actually arrived a week before most of the team.
Yeah.
And if we did it again, we would have him just arriving on report day, I think. We thought maybe having a week to get rid of jet lag would be really good,
Mhm.
but it was kind of counterproductive because he was very
He's
lonely,
by himself.
very lonely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Um, so
Mm.
I wish, yeah, we probably should have left a week later and just arrived on the day that everybody else arrived.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's good advice actually,
Mm,
for other
mm,
parents if, they want to
mm.
decide when
Yeah, we
come
just
to
didn't think he should front up to the coach jet lagged. And so we thought, oh, well, a week should kind of get his body system, into
Mhm.
the swing of things. But yeah, I think that week was really tough being on
Yeah.
his own.
Well, turning up to an empty apartment on
Yeah,
the other side of the world,
yeah,
Yeah.
no food, nothing.
yeah.
I mean, it's a bit daunting when you're, what, 18 years old,
19,
19.
yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, these are the things which have really helped him to grow up. And look, there's challenges. It's a fantastic thing,
Mhm.
but at times it's tough, and you've got to quickly become an adult and do these things. And it's hard for the parents, but it's a good thing in the scheme of things in life too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as parents, I'm sure it's extremely hard. But I can tell you firsthand that it's also extremely hard for, us to
Yes.
be away
Mm.
from, our parents and what we've known for the first 18 years of our lives. But there's not much else that you can do other than what, you can do for yourself right here in that moment. So as hard as it is, or it was for him, I'm sure it helped him in small little ways here and there. So, but yeah, I'm sure that you guys know that, and yeah, it's good. It's a good learning experience. So yeah, it's
Mm.
really good. Okay, so let's talk about what his whereabouts are currently. I know he transferred out of Parkland to Missouri Valley College, but then he's
Correct.
now transferred to Eastern Illinois. Is that, yeah?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, and he's
Hmm.
now in the nursing program, and so
Yes.
yeah, so is that like, what does that look like for the next couple of years for him? Is that another 2 years in college,
Yes.
and soccer a part of that? Like, yeah.
Well, he did go to Missouri Valley.
Hmm.
He, as it turns out, he wasn't that happy with the soccer program. The nursing program at the school I was at was excellent and very small, but they couldn't commence him for another 12 months, and he
Oh,
was working pretty hard to try and get commitments from them to say, can I get in? And because of that they wanted him, but because of their selection processes, they couldn't commit early. So he had some discussions with Eastern Illinois University, their nursing school, which is well regarded, and they gave a commitment for a January start for him, which is pretty unusual because obviously the
yeah,
semesters usually start in August. So after a semester at Missouri Valley, that's why he moved to EIU. So
yeah,
um, commence, and it's a great program for his soccer after Parkland. Yeah, he was with Missouri Valley. As I said, he wasn't that happy there from the soccer perspective. He's playing now in the UPSL, the United Premier Soccer
yep,
League,
yep,
for Urbana City, and he's the captain of that team. So they're in Southern Illinois, and so he's played a couple of summer leagues for them, and that's been his main soccer. That means him travelling up to Chicago every second week to play, and Chicago teams coming down to play every other week. Loves that. Got a fantastic coach from Rome who's doing that. So that's out of the college system.
yeah,
Um, that's probably he's enjoying that. I think he sort of feels like now he's had a few years in the college system that the UPSL is really where he's enjoying it.
yeah,
Um, he inquired with EIU about playing there, but they were a bit uncertain about what they were doing from a coaching point of view. So he's sticking with the UPSL. He may be playing fall with the fall season with Urbana City. Um, and it sounds like there's some opportunities for him to do coaching with EIU as well. So he's just looking about whether he might go down the coaching path for college, yet keep playing in the UPSL. So,
yeah.
but he's got to balance that all up, of course, with his studies, which are really ramping up, and of course, getting married in January as well. So,
Yes,
so
it
life's
sounds,
moving along pretty quickly. Soccer's all part of it, but
yeah.
yeah, I think he's got to the point. It is changing. Soccer's still there, but it is changing a bit from junior college, which is what you expect when life comes along as well. So
Hmm.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
just going through those changes at the moment.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I mean, colleges, it's so busy. You know, you've got your school, you've got your social life, you've got whatever sport you're playing, and obviously, if he's getting married in January, then lots of planning and organizing, and a busy life schedule. But you know, that's amazing. I'm happy for him and for you both as well. So congratulations. Okay, so I got a couple more questions for you, and then we can wrap this up. But the positive feedback that Matteo has given to you guys about his experience, is there anything in particular might be soccer wise or through his studies or I mean obviously life as well. Sounds like he's had a very positive social life. So yeah, anything in particular about maybe
I,
school and soccer?
I think the biggest thing that he would recommend to anybody that was considering this is to go the JUCO college route, and to do 2 years. I guess from our perspective, and I guess you need to weigh this up, there's then the concern of transferring to a 4 year college at the end of your second year, which is not a smooth transition. So, you weigh up, do you try to have that transition at the end of your second year, but have played quite a bit of soccer in your first 2 years? Or do you not worry about the transfer and start at a 4 year college, but know that you probably won't play for those first 2 years?
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on where people are sitting as to whether that they really want to play first up and then kind of cross the bridge that they have to with the transfer, or if they don't want to transfer and they don't want to have that that change of college, that they probably wouldn't be particularly involved in their sport in the first couple of years.
Yeah, that is a it is a big question. A lot of kids, I know myself, I thought about that as well. I think the biggest thing for me and the reason why I went into a junior college system also was because first of all, it was a 2-year college, which meant, it's only 2 years, it's not 4, it's not as daunting. If I
Yes.
could come home if I wanted to. Um, and the playing side of things as well. Like I went into a
Yes.
very successful JUCO college, and we fortunately when my time there, we went ahead and got a couple of national championships. So a lot of soccer, a lot of playing involved with that. But yes, the downside to that also is the transferring process, which is a lot, but at the same time, I didn't mind that because the one thing I really wanted was experience and travel. So if I could start at Texas for 2 years and then transfer to another college somewhere else in the United States, then I would be more than happy to do that. And I ended up in 3 different states in total. So I am pretty happy and very lucky to have been able to do that in my time. So very good
Yeah.
point. Thank you for bringing that up. Not many people, really think about that pathway in which one to go down, really.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think in Australia, because we don't have a JUCO system, we don't really understand it all that much.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, as we've been saying, I think it's an excellent way. It's a smaller school. I certainly at Parkland, our experience is the staff know the students, and so they really look after them and support them really well, as does the coach, because it's not such a big program.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always tempting to think of the great big name 4-year colleges, but they're huge schools, and I mean, they can't possibly be as personal to the students. And it might, from Australia, it might sound really tempting to go to these big schools, and some people will be successful like that. I just think um, it's a little bit puts a few more challenges there, and probably don't have as much support as you probably need as a young person moving over.
Yeah, exactly. JUCOs are smaller in size, smaller classes, that you don't have your big auditoriums where a professor is teaching to hundreds of kids. It's very personable, and a lot of JUCOs are like that. So yes, it's a good point. And that's kind of what I wanted as well, like a smaller, close-knit kind of environment where I could really feel supported from my professors, my coaches, my school in general. So yeah, that's a good point.
I think
Okay.
something else that, oh, sorry, I think something else that Matteo has brought up though was that, and he loved his team, but when he was first there, particularly for the first semester, the only people he knew were the people in the team. So getting to know other people in classes, and particularly because he was living with teammates, um, and that the whole soccer team was in the same complex, it was very easy to become kind of just insular and not meet other people apart from the team, because you spend so much time together anyway because you're training every day, and then you're living with the same people as well. So I think it took a little bit of time to kind of branch out and meet people in college that were not college athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a very good point. Okay, right before I wrap this up, I just have one more question for you both. And it's what advice would you give other parents considering this pathway for their kids?
I
It
think
could
get
be
as
you.
much information as you can, understand, try and get some advice and understand the systems, the education system, get a good feeling for what to expect from the soccer. It's going to be really competitive. Um, there may be large numbers in the squads, so try and get a realistic understanding of possibility of playing time and things like that. Matteo was lucky, but at other schools, it's really tough. There's some schools he's seen where, there's 180 people try to get into the squad, and a lot of them don't get any playing time. So I guess trying to get a good feeling for what to expect. Ideally, it'd be ideal if you can visit these schools and have a look. Sometimes that's not always possible, but talk to other athletes, talk to other athletes' parents, and just get an understanding of what they've experienced.
Yeah, for sure. Going to the school, nothing beats it. You see it firsthand. You see the facilities, you see the dorms, you see where your child will be living, and how they will be living, if they're eating correctly. All those little things matter. So yes, going to it does matter. But also, if it's not possible, then you can, use your connections, your coaches, the other teammates, the staff at the college, to really get an understanding of what it's like, what the facilities are going to be like, and what the next foreseeable future for your kid will be like. And I think those connections are super important, and that's also why we're here as well, to help facilitate those connections as well. So, but yeah, that comes to a wrap. Thank you both so much for jumping on and speaking with me about Matteo. I wish Matteo nothing but the best of luck, and a huge congratulations to him and to you both. And January is going to be exciting for you guys. So
It'll be.
but yeah, best of luck for his rest of his college journey. Yeah. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.